What is up everyone? So I am now 13 days post-surgery. So it's Wednesday the 6th of February. I came home on Thursday? Yeah, so last Thursday. So it's been nearly a week since I've been home now. And I'm finally feeling a lot more human. So just starting from the beginning really. I did not expect the surgery to be as tough as it was. The first surgery was obviously very tough. That was when they removed my whole large intestine and gave me my end in ostomy. This surgery, operation of the J pouch, was rough. It was tough. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for anyone. It was worth it. It was worth it because obviously the end result, when I have my third surgery, the takedown, I will be bag free. But it was extremely rough, and it was very challenging for me. I think more so mentally because I went into hospital fit and well, whereas the first surgery, obviously I needed it. I was very, very poorly. I went in feeling fine for this surgery, and then obviously being bedbound, unable to, you know, be independent. I'm massively independent, was a struggle for me. But I had a great team around me. My surgeon is incredible. The stoma nurses at the Royal Cornwall Hospital, the nurses, my family, my friends. I had a great support network around me while I was in hospital. My surgeon was very, very happy with how the surgery went. I did, however, lose a lot more blood than they would have liked to. So I lost I think it's about over a litre of blood. So for the first couple of days I did feel very rough, felt really tired and lethargic, more so than I normally would from a surgery. So yeah, that was obviously wasn't expected, but everything else apart from that problem there, the J pouch looked awesome, and it's all set up and ready to go when it's healed and everything's all not inflamed. I do have some nerve pain in my left leg, which will hopefully resolve itself. My surgeon did say that it may be due to a clip inside from when they clipped the vein, which obviously will cause the bleeding. So that may need to be removed at some point, but they're not too worried about it at the moment. I'm not too worried about it at the moment. I'm only 13 days post-surgery, so you know, when they're playing around in that area, all the nerves and stuff are very, very close to each other, and some things can be nicked, and hopefully not severed. But yeah, apart from that, I'm feeling good. I feel good now that I'm at home. Hospital food obviously isn't enough for me, so when I did start getting my appetite back, I really wanted food. So I'm eating quite a sort of blandish diet at the moment. I obviously right now have a temporary loop ileostomy, so whereas my endostomy was like right at the end of my small intestine, I've obviously got like halfway up the digestive tract right now, so I think I've only got about 60 centimeters, sorry, of my small bowel at the moment in action. Obviously the rest of it's been healed down the bottom where my J pouch was. But so far, you know, I've heard some horror stories about the loop-ostomy, and to be aware that this one's not going to be as nice as my last one, but so far it hasn't been problematic. It's still got a lot of stitches around, it's still quite painful, but in terms of its output, if I keep on top of taking 4 loperamide throughout the day, every 4 to 6 hours, then I'm fine. So I feel like it's, so far, touch wood, that's on my side. It is, you know, it was sad saying goodbye to my my other stoma. My other stoma was really, really good. I could pretty much eat everything with her. She was well behaved. So obviously at the moment I'm still sort of kind of it's new to me, so I'm still quite wary about it, but I am able to use my old style ostomy bag. So I'm using my what's it called, the Mio, the Coloplast grey one. I have to use a convexity bag before and now because my stoma is quite flush to my skin, so that helps it pull out a bit more. So yeah, it's in that sense I'm very grateful. I'm able to use products that I'm familiar with, which has been a massive help. In terms of pain and stuff, I am doing a lot better. In hospital I was using the PCA pump with fentanyl in. I'm not very good with morphine, and then I was on oxycodone as well. So happy to see the back of them painkillers and pain relief, because I am not very good on pain relief. I get really sick and nauseous. But at the same time, when I'm in too much pain, I feel nauseous as well. So it was kind of a vicious cycle in hospital, just getting that like under control. I did film some footage in hospital, but that is being passed over to Elliot. So I did some work before my surgery with Elliot, so he's like making sort of a montage of sort of a journey. I guess we haven't really decided what we're going to do with it yet, but he's going to be professionally editing that up for me, which is really cool. So I'm excited to show you guys. It's very raw, it's very real. It was all taken mostly on my mobile phone, so it's a bit like a potato footage, but it was a lot tougher than I imagined. And it just, yeah, it's just trying to digest everything now, guys, and get myself back into that right headspace. I wrote a post the other day about sort of, you know, don't base your whole sort of personality around how you look. And this is really I'm at my strongest when I'm at my weakest, I feel. I feel like I take a lot from these times in my life, and I learn a lot about myself as well along the way. And it's just seeing my progress mentally for myself from when I first was diagnosed to now is massive. So I'm very proud of myself in that sense. I am staying as positive as I can be. Some days are shit, some days I'm just bored, I haven't got anything to do, but I am trying to keep myself as busy as I can. I just popped up to my workplace, so my mum dropped me up and then I walked back home, which is about a 6-minute walk, and that's the longest walk I've done since surgery, so that's a goal in itself. Next goal is to walk up them stairs and down. I normally vlog up there now in the attic room because it's quite spacious and light, but at the moment I don't really want to face them steps going down more so than up, because they're very steep. I'm making small little goals in my head to achieve, and I feel like every day I'm doing something new, and it's keeping my mind ticking over. I'm reading at the moment 1984 by George Orwell, so that was a really intense book. Some books are really easy to read. This one's quite hard. There's a lot of words that I don't really understand, so I have to like Google them and find out. I'm very dyslexic, which is another reason why I read, because it helps with my dyslexia. So I am keeping myself busy. I'm doing something productive. I'm not just binge watching Netflix and series. I am trying to keep my brain occupied and learning new things. Been watching David Attenborough's The Hunting, so about predators hunting their like sort of victims. So I feel like I'm doing something productive. I don't like just to sit down and watch Jeremy Kyle's show every morning, because I'm just not, just doesn't make me tick. So my takedown surgery will all depend on what my paltogram looks like. So in a couple weeks, I haven't received a date yet, but I will go into hospital and they will do a CT sort of scan, pop contrast into my pouch and just to see if there's any leaks. Fingers crossed it's all working fine and looks good. Once I get the all clear from that, then I will meet with my surgeon. And so I think I'm seeing my surgeon at 6 weeks post-surgery, so I'm guessing the scan will probably be before I see him so he can review it. As soon as we have the all clear from that, then it's all go. So that's when I'll go back in again for my takedown. Hopefully, fingers crossed, they can fit me in as soon as possible after that. I did hope to get back to doing, you know, getting back into the full swing of working out and doing my fitness classes once again before it, but he doesn't want to keep the pouch sort of waiting inside for too long. And I guess for me it's best to kind of get them all done in a one-er, so then I can look long term on recovery than going back and then having to go back in again. So yeah, so I'm just waiting for that now. I'm feeling positive. I'm learning loads of stuff from support groups on what to expect post-surgery, what products to use post-surgery. I mean, to be honest guys, I'm nervous. I am nervous. I haven't, obviously, TMI, done a poop from that area in like over 4 years, so I'm gonna have to almost relearn how to use them muscles. It's not gonna be an easy ride, but I'm hoping to have as easy ride as I can, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm feeling positive. It's, you know, from hearing my surgeon and how confident he was of how the pouch looked, how I'm feeling inside. I used to have a really dull, so before they removed, obviously they removed my rectum in this last surgery, which was still diseased with colitis, and even though I was fitting well, I still had a real dull ache sometimes in like my lower gut, obviously where it's diseased, and it was still ulcerated, and I used to pass a lot of blood from it. And now I don't have it. I feel normal, I guess. I have no pain whatsoever there, and it just feels so refreshing. TMI, if you don't want to listen to this, don't listen to this, but when I was in hospital, they had to place a tube up my backside to obviously make sure they drained all of, like, you know, the sort of healing, like blood and stuff from when they created the pouch. And once a day they would irrigate it. They would flush water inside of the pouch and then clear out into the draining bag. And I had no pain whatsoever when they did that. And before that, if I had to do any sort of suppositories, any sort of enemas, any when I had a scope recently in 2017 or start of 2017, I was in immense pain. I could never hold on to it. It was just absolute agony. So that's a really, really good sign that my pouch is good, it's healthy. He removed as much of the stump, the rectum stump, as much as he could. I think he said he's had to leave about this much in there, which is amazing. So he's managed to get the join as far down as he can for that pouch. So I'm feeling really, really positive, and I'm just really excited for this next chapter in my life. Get emotional, but do you know, it just feels so weird because when I first was told I had to have the first surgery of living with an ostomy bag, I thought it was the worst thing in the world. And I remember seeing my surgeon 6 weeks post that surgery and saying to him, when can I have my J pouch? Like, I just want my J pouch now. I want you to get rid of this bag. I just don't want it in my life anymore. And he said to me, I want you to wait a year before we obviously operate to give you a J pouch. You need time to heal. And I walked out that room really frustrated and angry at him. A year goes past. I come back into the hospital for a checkup and consultation to see how I'm doing. And he, you know, says, right, you know, are you ready for your J pouch? And I didn't want it because I appreciated how much it gave my life back. And I've learned so much from having my ostomy bag, and it's just made me a completely different person. and I appreciate everything I've learned from it, what I've learned from this illness. And I know times are going to be tough with my J pouch, but I will never ever forget the life lessons I've learned from having my ostomy bag. And that's just, I am so grateful for that. And even though it's tough, I am grateful that God gave me this life to lead, because I'm able to help so many other people, and I just feel like it's my purpose. So yeah, I told myself I wasn't going to cry in this vlog, but obviously I have. I'm such a crybaby. That's just an update, guys. Feeling fit. Not feeling fit, but I'm feeling fit. I'm feeling healthy, and I'm feeling positive. So I'll keep you guys updated along the way. But yeah, glad to be home. That's the main thing. I'll check in again with you guys soon. But take care and have a good day or week or weekend whenever you watch this vlog.